Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm feeling especially ambitious today. I wanted to try to show you 3 different apple recipes in under 5 minutes. So when the weather starts to get a little bit cooler, I think we think about baking a little bit. I'm kind of baking, not really, but kind of baking. I'm going to show you how to make an apple nut ring dessert, a taffy apple pizza dessert, and just a simple caramel apple dip that I think that you're going to love. So let's get started. For apple nut ring, this was an original recipe that we used to make at Pampered chef shows quite a bit. And you use country biscuits. If you like to make your own biscuits, be my guest. You make your own homemade biscuits. I'm just popping open, woo, the country biscuits. And I have some melted butter in my little micro cooker here. And we're gonna take the biscuits, separate them, and put them in the melted butter. And then we're gonna dip them in cinnamon and sugar. I'm just gonna use a regular cake pan because I figure a lot of you have a cake pan and you can do the same thing. So get the biscuits nicely coated in cinnamon and sugar and just lay them flat in your round cake pan. This is the way the country biscuits look. And next we're gonna use the apple peeler core slicer, and we're gonna peel, core, and slice an apple. In one of my other videos, I showed you a tip when you're choosing apples, always to look at the very bottom of the apple and make sure that that flower is tightly closed. And that way you know the apple is firm all the way through. Sometimes you can't tell that the apple has started to rot from the core out, so it's all soft, but you don't know it. So, apple peeler core slicer, it's gonna do just that. I'm gonna crank the handle, it's gonna go through the core, the outside part is gonna get peeled, and I'm gonna be left with a nicely peeled apple. If you like to make apple pie, this is the best tool to have for that because it's nice and thin. Look at it, it's an apple slinky. And we're gonna do another apple because I'm gonna do Granny Smith for the taffy apple pizza as well. It fell off the end. So you can dry this and make potpourri out of it, throw it on your Christmas tree. You could dip it in Jell-O pudding powder and it tastes like a candy apple. My kids used to love that. I'm gonna take my knife and cut down one side of the apple. This gives us perfect apple rings. And when you cut down the other side, you get perfect little apple slices. So again, if you like to make apple pie, you want thin little slices like that because they bake more evenly. We're gonna slide 2 little slices of apple between each of the biscuits around the outside. There we go. And we're gonna do some finely chopped nuts because it's called an apple nut ring. And this is gonna go in the oven, 20 minutes. So next, I wanna show you how to make a taffy apple pizza. I have my large batter bowl and I have some cream cheese in there. We're gonna add a 1/2 cup of peanut butter. Give it a little bit of a mix and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and a little bit of vanilla. I know you're supposed to measure, probably with a measuring tool, but I always use the cap. We're gonna put the filling on top of crescent rolls. So I have 1 package of crescent rolls baked ahead on my medium pizza stone. And it's a brand new pizza stone. You can see how clean and white it is. The more you use a pizza stoneware, the darker and more seasoned it becomes. So I gotta start seasoning this one. Our cream cheese filling. And just, oops, spread it to the edge. Maybe you're like me. When I'm baking, I like to bake things and give them away. That's makes my heart feel really good. The taffy apple pizza and the apple nut ring is gonna get divvied up between his parents and my parents so that they can have a nice apple dessert that doesn't have to be apple crisp, right? Here is another little fun tip for you. When you're making a recipe that you need the apples to look nice, whether it's an apple salad or another kind of apple dessert, you would normally fill up a bowl of cold water and put some lemon juice in it and dip. But here's a little kitchen hack. Use lemon lime soda, and it does the same thing. Dip our apple into this because oxygen is not a friend of fruit. It'll help turn it brown. Same with avocados. So you want to just make sure that it gets a little saturation of some spritz up. This will help it stay white in our recipe. So I've got those nice little apple rings. We're gonna place them around in a nice pattern. We're gonna sprinkle some cinnamon and sugar on top. Cinnamon smells like fall. And then we're gonna put a little bit of caramel ice cream topping on top. So that one is done. How's that look? So last but not least is a caramel apple dip. Super yummy. Cream cheese. And you just take a decorative plate or a bowl and spread the cream cheese in it like that. Take your caramel ice cream topping and go over the cream cheese. And then I have Score candy bar bits here. I ended up buying this where you buy your chocolate chips. Here's something I need to tell you. I went to open the bag and my kitchen shears weren't all that sharp. Here is a kitchen hack for you. If you have kitchen scissors and you need to just bring back the edge a little bit, take a piece of aluminum foil and cut some slits in it all the way around, and it sort of cleans the blades and makes it sharp again, but it puts the edge back on your scissors. There's an easy kitchen hack for you. Taffy bits over top of our dip. We need to make it healthy, so we're gonna wedge an apple. Love the apple wedger. When the kids were going to school, I would wedge apples for them and put them back in their Ziploc bag. As long as the wedges are touching the core, it'll keep the apple from turning brown. So put that in a baggie, take it to work, take it to school, and then you just peel off the wedges as you need it. And those just get tucked into our dip like that to make it healthy. The whole reason for me wanting to do apple recipes was to show off our new apple core. This is so cool. Very sharp teeth. Center it on your apple. Push straight down to get through to the bottom. Give it a twist. And then it has a release tool so you can pull the core right out. Everybody needs one of these. Apple crisp topping. Pop it in the hole and just bake the apples in the oven for 30 minutes. And it's like apple crisp without all the fuss. Apple nut ring is done. Yum. Well, there you go. 3 fast and easy apple desserts that you can make in no time. You know what they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I hope you make them.